طيب, we continue from where we left off before the problem with the internet. يعني Imam bin Uthaymeen is talking about what? Imam bin Uthaymeen is talking about if someone adorns himself with something that he is not, claims to be something that he's not, and shows people that, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exposes him. Like somebody who shows himself as if he is a alim, shows himself as if he is someone who is knowledgeable and he's from the ulama, from the scholars of Islam. And then a little student of knowledge comes to him and asks him, says, tell me about this. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exposes him that he is not a alim. Subhanallah. Ya ikhwa, we have seen this. We have seen this happen from students of knowledge, especially at this day and age. Actually, we've seen some students of knowledge going against this. They say, don't do this. Yani, don't test me. You are testing me. Subhanallah. Sometimes, just like the Sheikh said, you see someone, he's talking about, and sometimes we see this. Imam bin Uthaymeen is wrong, and the ulama, and I only take from the Salaf. And when somebody tells me bin Uthaymeen said, I said Al-Shafi'i said, I said Muhammad. Then a teeny tiny student of knowledge like me, or that's even if I can call myself that, comes to this person and asks him, says, Ya akhi, wait a second. Wait a second, you're talking about the most dangerous of matters. For example, you're talking about but putting rulings upon individuals and doing this and doing that, and you are challenging the ulama, and you're ta'al ya akhi. Or you are saying what? Or you are saying that you decide the maslahah and the mafsada in the English scene. Or you say that stuff like this, or we tell you the ulama said this, Sheikh so and so said this, and the ulama said this, you start rejecting it and you start ta'al akhi. What is so you ask him a tiny question. He doesn't know the answer. He gets exposed. Subhanallah. This is what the Sheikh is talking about. This is what the Sheikh is talking about. Subhanallah ya ikhwa. If I address myself in this, I address myself as a student of knowledge that is in the beginning of his talab, even if we can call ourselves students of knowledge. And we have to always refer back to the ulama. And we have to always refer back to the mashayikh. And even if we spoke about matters, even like the matters of tabdi' and tafsiq and takfir, we are talking, yani the likes of me, talk about what I heard from the mashayikh. What I learned from the mashayikh. The likes of Sheikh Muhammad Hisham and Sheikh Sulaiman Al-Hili and Sheikh Saleh As-Sahimi and so on, our mashayikh. And what we read in the books and so on. And we always go back to the people of ilm. And if the people of ilm speak to us and tell us we are wrong, I say, Alhamdulillah. But imagine someone that he says that he's a student of knowledge and so on, but his actions show that we are the ones who should make the fatwas. We are the ones who know better the English da'wah scene, not the mashayikh. We are the ones who know the maslahah and mafsada, not the ulama and the mashayikh. We are, and then somebody comes to them with a tiny question, as a little student of knowledge asks them, what is the difference between so and so? And he's speechless. What is the difference between a condition and a pillar? He doesn't know. طيب, how? So Allah exposes. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. And I addressed myself in this so that you understand that, first of all, I should never be perceived from the people of ilm. That's number one. And number two, I'm not included in what the Sheikh is saying. What the Sheikh is saying, that includes people that actually have ilm. But a poor musaykin like me, what we can do is we can sit down, open what the ulama say, translate them, summarize, do our best, look at the answers of the people of ilm, and if we didn't have a good English language, I would have never sat down where there are true people of ilm that are teaching, as in the Arabic language. But when someone who has no knowledge like me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the English language. So what we can do is at the very least spread the ilm of the ulama and go back to the ulama and try to spread it. But if it was in the Arabic language, the mashayikh and the ulama are sufficient. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. طيب. And the same thing involves what? Involves the one who's showing ibadah and the one who is adorning himself with worship and acts of worship. And he shows himself as someone who's a abid, someone who's he makes the qiyam and makes it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exposes him. Meaning what? Meaning, be true. And don't look like something which you are not, trying to show people that you are someone who's a person of knowledge, or try to show someone that you are a person of ibadah and so on. If not, then Allah exposes showing off. And then the Sheikh has put a piece of poetry: وَمَهْمَا تَكُنْ عِنْدَ امْرِئٍ مِّنْ خَلِيقَةٍ وَإِنْ خَالَهَا تَخْفَى عَلَى النَّاسِ تُعْلَمِ. And this piece of poetry means, and whatever a person has from a manner, even if he thought that it would be hidden from people, it will be known. وَمَهْمَا يَكْتِمُ النَّاسُ فَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُهُ. Sheikh ibn Uthaymeen says, and no matter how much you suppress and hide, any people hide, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows it. وَسَيَفْضَحُ مَنْ لَا يَعْمَلُ لِأَجْلِهِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exposes the one who does not act for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. فهذه العبارة من عمر رضي الله عنه زن بها جميع أعمالك. This saying from Umar ibn al-Khattab, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with him, weigh your deeds with it. And then Imam ibn Uthaymeen said, and look at the explanation of Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah ta'ala in his book I'lam al-Muwaqqi'in, for he has explained it at length, to the point that you think that all of the book, which is in 3 volumes, is just an explanation for this hadith. And then the Sheikh said, وَإِنْ لَمْ يَكُنْ شَرْحًا لِأَلْفَاظِهِ لَكِنَّهُ شَرْحٌ لِأَلْفَاظِهِ مِنْ وَجْهٍ وَشَرْحٌ لِمَعَانِيهِ وَحِكَمِهِ فَلِهَذَا أَشَارَ الْمُصَنِّفِ إِلَى النَّظَرِ فِي هَذَا الشَّرْحِ. He said, even if it weren't just an explanation for its terminologies, it is an explanation for its terminologies from one side and its meanings and its wisdoms. That's why the author has indicated that, meaning, has told us to take a look at its explanation by Ibn al-Qayyim. Na'am. Who's going to read, Ya Ikhwa, number 8?
نعم, I can read inshallah.
تفضل يا شيخ علي.
بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه, ما بعد. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما واصلح لنا شأننا كله ولا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين. Al-Imam Bakr Abu Zayd rahimahullah ta'ala said, number 8, adorn, meaning yourself, with knowledge, with honor. So
Al-Muru'a.
adorn.
Remember when we speak about Khawarim al-Muru'a, the things that the things that degrade you, the things that nullify the honor and respect, these are called Khawarim al-Muru'a. So Muru'a itself is your honor, status and respect in society. So Khawarim al-Muru'a are the things that nullify that. And the Sheikh is going to speak about both. Naam, go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum. Al-Imam Bakr Abu Zayd rahimahullah says about al-Muru'a, adorning yourself with it and that which leads to it, such as good manners, a cheerful face, spreading the salam, showing forbearance. I don't know, is forbearance a good word? What does it mean?
إفشاء السلام وتحمل الناس, enduring people. نعم.
No. Hating haughtiness, meaning arrogance. Having
No.
self-esteem, which is...
No, this is a mistranslation. والأنفة من غير كبرياء. Has nothing to do with hate. الأنفة meaning having self-esteem, but without arrogance. نعم.
أحسن الله إليكم. Al-Imam Rahimahullah says, having self-esteem which is free from tyranny.
كبرياء, arrogance.
كبرياء.
No.
No. Arrogance, no. And being gallant, but not for the sake of zealous partisanship, meaning حزبية.
لا. والعزة في غير جبروت. And to have honor, to preserve one's honor without jabarut, without being a tyrant. نعم.
أحسن الله إليكم. And being fanatic without being patriotic.
لا, has nothing to do with it. والشهامة في غير عصبية. الشهامة, when you say someone is shahm, yeah, someone is noble, someone is honorable, respectable, has chivalry. This is shahama. في غير عصبية, يعني without biasness, or I think in English you say like عصبية, like someone is عصبي, like he's maybe a hooligan or something like that, you say. And he's biased, so biased to the point that he's how do you say that, أخي علي?
I forgot the word. But something close is hooliganism, yes.
نعم, hooligan, يعني without being biased to that, so without that. نعم.
أحسن الله إليكم. Al-Imam Rahimahullah continues, therefore avoid the affairs that tarnish your honor,
لا,
whether
before
it
that.
be...
والحمية في غير جاهلية.
So I said, it doesn't say that.
والحمية في غير جاهلية. جاهلية is يعني how they were pre-Islamic period. حمية يعني one's aid for one's family, for one's tribe, for one's and so on. This is called حمية. But you don't go to يعني have this aid towards the Muslims and your brothers and so on, but in haqq, not in how they were in jahiliyyah. Even if someone is not upon haqq and the truth and so on and is not right, it does not matter. He's from my tribe or from my country or from my race or from... لا. نعم.
أحسن الله إليكم. Al-Imam Rahimahullah continues, therefore avoid the affairs that tarnish your honor,
خوارم المروءة, affairs that tarnish your honor. نعم. Better than nullifiers of muru'ah. So the tarnishing of your muru'ah, of your honor, respect. نعم.
أحسن الله إليكم. Whether it be in, meaning in your nature, speech, or actions, also meaning in indulging in degrading actions or evil habits such as being conceited, showing off, boastfulness, arrogance, and looking down upon others to be seen in doubtful places.
نعم. الله أكبر. طيب. الإمام بن عثيمين said التحلي بالمروءة. المروءة, الإمام بن عثيمين says حدها الفقهاء. يعني the fuqaha gave it a definition رحمهم الله in the book of shahadat. فقالوا, they said, يعني testimony in fiqh. فقالوا, so they said, it is فعل ما يجمله ويزينه. Is that a person does that which makes him look, يعني puts him in a good image. واجتناب ما يدنسه ويشينه, and staying away from that which puts him in a bad image. يعني he does that which adorns him, makes him look good, and stays away from that which defiles that and makes him look bad. وهذه عبارة عامة. And the Sheikh says this is a general saying, or a general expression of the definition. كل شيء يجملك عند الناس. Everything that makes you look good in front of people. And it is a a means that people praise you. This is from muru'ah. Even if it's not an act of worship. Even if it wasn't from the acts of worship. And everything that is opposite of that is the opposite of muru'ah. Then the author, rahimahullah ta'ala, has given an example for muru'ah. Like min makarim al-akhlaq. Best of manners or noble manners. فَكَرَمُ الْخُلُقِ. What is the karam of the khuluq? Noble manners. هو أن يتسامح في موضع التسامح. Is that a person is lenient in the place where leniency is due. ويأخذ بالعزم في موضع العزيمة. And meaning that he takes with strength, with hardship, he's stern at the places where it needs that. He's serious in the places that need seriousness. ولهذا جاء الدين الإسلامي وسطا. Therefore the Deen Islami has come in the middle. بين التسامح الذي تضيع به الحقوق, between forgiving and forbearance by which rights are lost, وبين العزيمة التي قد تحمل على الجور, and between seriousness, harsh or strictness that would lead someone to transgression and oppression. فنضرب لذلك مثلا بالقصاص. Imam bin Uthaymeen says we're going to give an example for this by qasas. Qasas meaning what, ya ikhwa? Meaning that if somebody kills unrighteously, then the family, the wali of the person that is killed, he either does afu, or he takes the diya, or he asks for qasas, that the one who killed is to be killed. This is called qasas. وهو قتل النفس بالنفس, and we know this. طيب. I explained, by the way, the Sheikh did not say diya and so on. وقد انقسمت شرائع بني إسرائيل في القصاص إلى قسمين. And the shara'i, the religions or legislations of Bani Israel in qasas are of two types. قسم, the first type, mandates, makes it obligatory, al-qatla, killing. ولا خيار لأولياء المقتول فيه. And the awliya, the family of the one of the deceased, they have no choice. طيب. And this is the sharia of the Torah. This is the sharia of the Torah. Because the sharia of the Torah tends towards strictness and harshness. Al-ghilza wa shidda. Let's say strictness better than harshness. Let's stick to strictness. And another one that obligates pardoning. And it says if a person gets killed intentionally, what is mandatory is that his awliya, they pardon and forgive. Despite the fact that the sharia of the Injil is the sharia of the Torah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَكَتَبْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ فِيهَا أَنَّ النَّفْسَ بِالنَّفْسِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that we have written upon them that a nafs for a nafs, a soul for a soul. The Sheikh means that for Christians, they should do tasamuh. And for non-Christians, and for the Jews, they cannot do tasamuh. And then he says, فَجَاءَتْ شَرِيعَةُ الْإِسْلَامِ وَسَطًا. And then the sharia of Islam is the middle path. وَجُعِلَ الْخِيَارُ لِأَوْلِيَاءِ الْمَقْتُولِ. And has given the choice for the awliya of the one who is killed. If they will, they kill that person qasasan, and they have the right to do so. And if they want, they pardon. And if they want, they take the diya, or the diya. So the choice has become, and they have a choice. The matter has become lenient. And it is known that every sane person who is given the choice between these things will choose the thing that has the general benefit. And he's gonna give it precedence over everything else. For example, if the murderer is evil and the awliya of the deceased are in need of money and they said we want the diya, we say this is not wisdom. Let him be killed, the killer, the murderer, and look at the general benefit. And if you abandon something, leave something for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you better than the thing you have given up. Therefore, Sheikh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala obligated, following the example of Imam Malik rahimahullah ta'ala, to kill the one who kills غيلة لو عفا أولياءه. Even the ones, even if his awliya have pardoned, then he is to be killed. And even if they were little and young and they needed wealth. I think what is meant by غيلة is assassination. Let me look it up quickly. قتل الغيلة is يعني to kill somebody through deception, to betray him and kill him. This is غيلة. نعم. من الاغتيال. نعم, assassination. This is what I thought in the beginning, to assassinate someone. And what is meant in the Arabic language is that it is يعني through deception and through, I don't know, is this what assassination means in English? To assassinate someone is to kill him through deception and hidden and so on. Ibn Munir says no. Then what is the word in English? يعني to treacherously kill him, let's say. طيب. فإنه يجب أن يقتل. So it is mandatory that he is to be killed. لأن قتل الغيلة لا يمكن التخلص منه. Because killing with غيلة, you cannot get rid of. وإذا اغتيل الإنسان في حال لا يمكن أن يدافع عن نفسه والمغتال مفسد في الأرض. طيب, here it could mean, the Sheikh could mean assassination here. Allah knows best. Anyway, let's maybe we can revise it, but يعني Sheikh ibn Uthaymeen explained it as if somebody is killed. By the way, the word اغتيل يعني assassinated, literally, the translation. إذا اغتيل الإنسان في حال لا يمكن أن يدافع عن نفسه, in a situation where he cannot defend himself. So there is treachery there, and there is the meaning of assassination, because when someone assassinates somebody, he does that hiddenly, and he does that without the other one being able to do it, and he might trick him to do such an. Anyway, these are the meanings that this word entails. And the one who does this kind of action is a corrupter in the land. مفسد في الأرض, a person who spreads corruption. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إنما جزاء الذين يحاربون الله ورسوله ويسعون في الأرض فسادا أن يقتلوا أو يصلبوا أو تقطع أيديهم وأرجلهم من خلاف أو ينفوا من الأرض. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if somebody can put the meaning of the ayah, the recompense of those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger and do mischief in the land, yani spread corruption and so on, is only that they shall be killed or crucified, or their hands and their feet be cut off from the opposite side, or be exiled from the land. And then Imam bin Uthaymeen said, فَمَكَارِمُ الْأَخْلَاقِ هي, so the good mannerisms are أن يتخلق الإنسان بالأخلاق الفاضلة, that one طيب, Ibn Junayd has looked up what Imam bin Uthaymeen said about قتل الغيلة. وقتل الغيلة هو الذي يكون على غرة يأتيه مثلا وهو نائم في مكان آمن كالمساجد والأسواق وما أشبه ذلك. طيب, يعني to assassinate somebody covertly, as one of the brothers said. This is what it means. To kill someone covertly, يعني to trick someone into kill, or to assassinate someone, because there isn't an assassinating someone is not going and challenging him in his face and say, hey, yalla, get ready, let's fight one another and see who's going to kill the other. لا. To assassinate him, then it is right. Inshallah Azza wa Jal. And we can add to it trickery and so on, because it's part of it. It's part of it. طيب. And this is from الشرح الصوتي لزاد المستقنع. كتاب شرح زاد المستقنع. طيب. فمكارم الأخلاق هي أن يتخلق الإنسان بالأخلاق الفاضلة. I mean, the good manners is that a person يعني has good manners which gather for him doing goodness and justice at the same time. فيأخذ بالحزم في موضع الحزم. So he is stern when there is a need for being stern. وباللين واليسر في موضع اللين واليسر. And he is lenient at the places that require leniency. Yani what the Sheikh is trying to tell us, that leniency is not everywhere something that is praiseworthy. No. And being stern or harsh is not always blameworthy. Yeah, there are places where one needs to be lenient, and there are places, situations where someone needs to be firm and stern and not be lenient. And I think we can stop here, inshallah Azza wa Jal. And we'll continue next week, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.